Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Mm, I have a new laptop stand. So let me know if we are live. Okay, I think this is good. Hello, 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 hello. Let me turn my phone down because, of course, someone will call me or text me in the middle of said event. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see who all is here. Elite Bell Zoe 1. Hello, darling. Sleepy B. Hello. Isis. Hello. Kev. Hello. What's good? What's good? Good afternoon for people on the East Coast. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here. Hey, Journey with Karen. Essence of all set. Hello, hello, hello. Mm. Hey, sugar. I love that. I love that. Okay, so it's really like my first on camera live since I have moved, right? I'm here. What's good? What's good? I'm going to give it a couple more minutes for people to come on in. A couple minutes for everybody to come on in. I hope everyone has been doing good. I hope your week has gone well. I really do. Because my week has been good. I think I found my favorite Chinese food restaurant ever in life here the other day. It was absolutely amazing. I had some amazing beef and broccoli the other day. When I tell you it was good, it was good. It was good. It was good. Okay, let me turn up the brightness on my laptop because I feel like it's dark. Okay, so much better. Yeah. All right. So today I wanted to kind of see what's going on energetically. It's been a little while, and sometimes we have to give the energy time to change, to bring new things in, to remove other things out in a way. And I felt like this was a good time to kind of see what this new moon in Virgo, right? What type of energy it's bringing to us as we embark upon the transition from summer into fall here in the Northern Hemisphere, right? So many things changing, new moon energy changing. We're have already transitioned halfway through September. We're transitioning into the fall here in the Northern Hemisphere. So, I just kind of wanted to come and see, myself, because I really haven't done a reading like this in a while. So I just really wanted to come and share with you all whatever messages that Spirit has, you know, share those messages with you all. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get started right now. So shout out to everyone that's here. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here. I'm using the Tarot Apocalypsis deck because we don't want soft and fluffy messages, right? We want the truth of things, and we want, we just want Spirit to keep it real. This deck is definitely going to do that. And before we really get into it, if you all who are mods see any type of trolls come up in here, block them immediately. Okay? Block. Block. All right. So let's just see. I'm not in my permanent home yet. We are in an Airbnb right now, so we're here until the end of the month. So you're gonna see this scenery change again. But yeah, really just see. So let me kind of pull this down so you all can see. This is my left. This is the right. Okay. Girl, yeah. Email me with whatever information that you have, Essence of Offset, because I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. We're not in LA. We are in Silicon Valley, but we travel for food. So, hey Donna. Yeah, I originally had this scheduled for earlier, but I was a little busy earlier. I had to go work out earlier. So, now that I have done that and have come down off of my workout high, I can be here and present with you all, right? Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting from these group of cards, and again, I read both intuitively, I read, by the information spirit gives me. Sometimes I read by common card definitions. So what I'm going to give out is, literally an amalgamation of the information that comes to me. So I think one of the biggest things that we have to think about and talk about and process is what stability looks like to us, right? What does stability look like to us? And how do we move forward to achieving that stability, right? Because we're talking about, the energy of Virgo is energy that plans, right? Meticulously planning. Virgo is an earth sign, right? So we have that theme of stability, right? Earth being very, very stable, right? As opposed to the other elements. But what does stability look like to you? And how can you achieve stability in your life, right? And some of these messages, one of the first things it's saying is, in order to achieve stability, you have to understand that this is something that you have to do. You literally have to pull it together. You literally have to pull it together, and you have to understand that you are the person that is in control of your life overall, right? It is okay for you to adopt main character syndrome for your life, because I feel like for a lot of people, life happens to them instead of them curating their life. And I know it's a thing that we hear over and over and over, but Spirit really wants people to understand that you are your master. You are free, right? So, in order for you to have stability, the first thing you need to do, you need to get in control over your life. You need to get control over your life, and you need to stop avoiding things. Stop avoiding the things that you know you need to take care of, okay? Because in this transitional period, you can no longer keep sweeping things under the rug. You can't keep doing that, right? Because these things that you're sweeping under the rug, guess what? If you sweep a huge mound of dirt under your rug, that rug is not going to lay flat, right? There's the ability to trip and fall. It is a hazard. You need to stop avoiding the hazards in your life. You need to get rid of them. You need to remove them and get rid of them, right? So that's one of the things. What does stability look like in your life? How can you achieve that stability? You really need to rein in on your life. Rein in on your life and remove the things that don't need to be there. But first, you have to acknowledge them, right? You have to acknowledge there are things in your life that don't need to be there, things, people, situations, and you have to understand that you are ultimately in control, right? You are ultimately in control. Okay. So now looking at this next set, right? I think that Continuing on this theme of stability, I think people need to understand and define what's important, and not only what's important, but society puts a lot on us, right? There are a lot of things that we're supposed to be doing in life, listen to society, right? But everything, every institution that society throws at us isn't for us. We are not meant to fit in every box. And I think that there are a lot of people out here, trying to fit and mold themselves into every box. That's not going to bring you joy. And there's someone who needs to hear this. You know that emotionally you have not been feeling good. Emotionally, you've been under the weather. Emotionally, things are not sitting right with you, but that's because you're trying to fit into every damn box. Every box is not for you. Everything that society throws at us is not for you. Okay? Find where you are supposed to belong and embrace that. Okay? Find where you are supposed to belong and embrace that. And I give, for example, for some people, religion is not the box that you're supposed to be in. Organized, structured religion is not the box that you're supposed to be in. And a lot of people know it, but they ride around, faking the funk, knowing that they're unhappy there. Knowing that they are unhappy there. It is okay for you to leave places, spaces, and situations that are not for you energetically. That is okay. That is okay. And it's so funny because I was on Reddit reading around, and I was reading how there were women, right? They joined this subreddit of their own free accord. There were women trying to figure out which body type was the most aesthetically pleasing to men to try and copy that. And I'm just like, you see what I'm saying? Trying to fit into boxes and spaces that aren't good for you, that you don't belong in, trying to conform and twist and everything like that. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop doing that. Okay. And overall, all of this is saying these Virgo messages, these transitional messages are telling people that it's not too late for you to take that control and rein in that control over your life for your own happiness, right? For your own happiness. Exactly. It's like fitting a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to work. Every space, everyone, they're not all for you. And that is okay. Whatever that means to you on an individual level, recognize it. Say, okay, I need to stop doing this because this doesn't make me happy. I need to, leave these spaces because it doesn't make me happy. And it's so funny, right? It's so funny that this comes up because for the longest, Mr. Hoodoo and I, we were not happy in Atlanta. We realized Atlanta, the culture of Atlanta, especially as it pertains to Black people, was us trying to fit into a round hole. And we are fine with being called square. We're fine with that, right? We're completely fine with that. We had to make a change for the betterment of our lives, right? For us to fully rein things in, gain control over our lives. But first, like I said, we, even ourselves, we had to take a look at, let's say, okay, we can't keep doing this. Even we did that. So this isn't just me talking to you. This is me sharing, just real life situations and giving you examples of how you can recognize and take the reins of control in your life as well. Absolutely, Donna. This moon is good for doing transformative work, especially moons that happen with changes of seasons, right? Because every season energetically, you know, is different from the other because the seasons correlate elementally as well. Absolutely, it's good for transformative work. Absolutely, John, it is. Okay, so moving right along, right? I think that, and just going with the flow of things, because we have movement here with the card of the Chariot, right? We have movement here and we have movement here. And I'm kind of looking at this as, so in the beginning, moving and change seems like it's hard to do. But once we actually do it, once we actually put that change, I mean, does she look bothered? She doesn't look bothered. She has moved on and she's leaving all this baggage behind her, right? She's leaving all this baggage behind her because remember, if we're looking at the cards in a linear fashion, in a numerological fashion, this Eight of Cups, once she leaves all this behind, we have the beauty of the Nine of Cups and then the Ten of Cups that comes after this, right? So I think people need to understand that when it comes to change and moving your life forward, people still worry about things they're going to leave behind instead of what's going to be coming for you. This is the time, this is the transformational season to really, really assess. Again, what does stability look like to you? What does happiness look like to you? How can you achieve those things? What is it that you should be leaving behind? What spaces should you remove yourself out of? What things should you stop trying to do that do not fit into who you are as a person, right? And change, flow with it instead of energetically sabotaging yourself by doing things you don't want to do, being in places you don't want to be, and trying to fit into some societal mold. Right? Absolutely, Kev. So I know people really can't see, but she is like in a cave, right? She's in a cave, but she is looking forward. She is not looking behind her. She's not doing any of that. She is free. Look at her. She's even in her natural element, right? Because she's naked. She is truly free, leaving everything behind. All this baggage behind, right? So again, if we're thinking back to the Seven of Cups, right, that comes before this card, it's all of these, all of these distractions, all of these, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Here we are at the Eight of Cups. It's time for you to move, to leave, to transition, to leave all that foolishness behind. And again, what comes after this? The beauty of the Nine of Cups and the beauty of the Ten of Cups. That happiness, that joy, that peace, that serenity that you're supposed to have. Right? Okay. So, and I think for a lot of people, they need to wake up and understand that a lot of these situations, they're causing you harm as well, right? Because you're in these situations with people who are not good for you. These people who are liars, thieves, who will try and throw you under the bus, who will try and ruin your reputation, who will steal from you, who will harm you in every type of way, right? But for whatever reason, I just don't understand why people are just so afraid of change, right? Once we are doing all of this and you're leaving these situations behind, you're going to get some new energy. You're going to get a new spark that is going to help you take those actions to build what's meant for you. You're going to receive that energy to go after what you want. Okay? You're going to receive the energy because stop carrying around all this shit. Okay? Stop carrying around all this shit. And I think a lot of people don't understand that even the emotional, energetic aspects of things, the things that we ignore, right? It weighs you down. It weighs you down. You can't carry and reach for all of the goodness and all the things that you want if you're still holding on to old shit. You just can't. You just can't, right? You absolutely can't. So in this transitional energy, this transitional space that we're in, these Virgo new moon messages are really just about, listen, it's time to assess. It's time to assess what's really important, right? So we can curate what's really important, so we can curate, bring into our lives what we want to bring into our life. Remove all these, curate. And a lot of people get mad at me when I say people curate your lives. Because again, for a lot of people, life happens to them. They are not creating their own lives because for whatever reason, they feel like they don't have the power to make their lives better. And a lot of the times it's because they're doing things they're not supposed to be doing. They're not ridding themselves of situations. They're not changing their atmosphere. They're afraid. All of that energetically is not going to help you get to where you want to be, on the path to where you want to be. Drinking my water. So let's see if there's anything else. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, Essence of Offset says, told my family last week I left them for a reason and I don't plan on returning. I'm tired of getting knifed in the back. Then they asked me for help. Absolutely. Absolutely. We just saw that Seven of Swords sitting there. And we just saw that Eight of Cups, that one leaving behind all of that foolery. Absolutely. Essence of Offset. Absolutely. And I am so glad that you took the reins and took control of your life, saying, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not dealing with these type of people anymore. And I think for a lot of people, they're afraid to do it when it comes to family, because the word family can be very loaded at times. And sometimes the word family makes people stay and deal with people who are not good for you. Just because someone is your blood doesn't mean that you are supposed to stick around them if they're degenerate, if they are not a good person, if they keep ruining their lives and want to bring you in and ask you for help. That doesn't mean that you have to stay around and deal with that. It absolutely does not mean that. But a lot of people do, because the word family is very, very loaded. Yes, Donna, it would be. Hey, Miss Anonymous. Hey, darling, how are you? So yeah, absolutely. I'm so proud of. But Essence of Offset already knows what's up. So more people need to do this. So let's see if there are any more messages, Virgo new moon messages, in this transitional period that we're in. Let's see. Let me start with these and see. Need a little bit more water. Absolutely. Family can be bondage if you are not careful. When we talk about these ties that bind, those include blood ties. Okay. Spiritual and blood ties, absolutely. They can definitely come from family. And a lot of people want to elevate their lives, but they don't, because they keep falling into the trap of foolery and taking on the foolery of other family members when those people are never going to change. I have a niece that's like this. She asked me what to do. I told her, you need to leave. You need to leave Chicago and you need to remove and cut off, your brothers and sisters who do foolery, who are not trying to better themselves because they keep dragging you into it, and they know they can get at you because of your emotions. That was 2 years ago, and she's still there dealing with the same thing. Once I have told someone something, I'm not telling you again, because the choice is yours. You have to choose to make the decisions. Okay? You have to do that. I can only tell you what to do. If you ask me for advice, I'm going to tell you whether you decide to take it or not, and do what you asked me. So I told you, if you decide not to do it, that's up to you. But don't ask me again about what to do when I've told you what to do. But like I said, so she's still stuck. She's still stuck in all of that and such and such. And she has children of her own, and she's still stuck in it. She's still stuck in that, and she's still unhappy. I can't make her do anything. And like I said, now I'm even further away from that type of energy because I'm in California and I love it here. So let's see what these cards have to say. Hey, Jadolf. So I hope that people are hearing these messages. I hope that people are really hearing them. I hope that people are really, really hearing them and taking into account the messages, that are, because I don't want you all to be in the same position next year and not moving and working towards any type of goals. You haven't reached any goals. You haven't reached any milestones. You haven't, your things aren't changing in your life. Because if it's still, a year, 2 years later, and you're still in the same position, something needs to be looked at. Something needs to be adjusted, right? Something needs to be looked at. Something needs to be adjusted. You have to take full-on assessment, right? Okay. So looking at these cards, okay. Now, looking at these cards, I'm seeing a lot of themes of balance. Themes of balance, right? And I think for some people are afraid to speak their truths. There are some people who are afraid to open their minds, to free their minds, right? There are people who are rushing towards the wrong things that aren't for them. And I think because energetically, like, some people do not call for what they want. I really think some people are afraid of speaking into their life what they want. And I think part of that is because, again, we're told that life happens to us, right? People don't want to be seen as a smartass. People don't want to be seen as vocal. People don't want to be, quote unquote, divergent, moving away from common themes, right? I feel like there are a lot of people who have been suppressing themselves, suppressing their thoughts, suppressing their own voices for fear of not going along with the flow of society. I feel like because they're doing this, again, just looking at this, nothing is going to come to you, right? If you keep suppressing your thoughts, your voices, your own individual thoughts, your own individual voices, because you feel as if they aren't important. Because if you feel as if they don't go along with the main, like this whole, I'm just like, I want people to entertain their own mercurial energy, right? Entertain their own mercurial energy. We're talking about Virgo. We're talking about thought processes, right? We're talking about people who are thinkers, who can rationalize, who can deal with logic, but don't stop going along with BS, especially crap that you know doesn't make any damn sense. And especially if it doesn't make any damn sense for you, right? There are so many people suppressing, this is air, mercurial energy, right? So mercurial energy, your own thoughts, your own voice, logic and reason being you're not working in that energy. You're going along with the BS, being suppressed here. We got the magician here. This is Mercury energy right here, right? Yes, Virgo is an earth sign, um, but it's ruled by the planet Mercury. You know, why are y'all I feel like there are some people who've been doing this for so long, who are not living in their truths, who are not expressing themselves and their ideas, just on both sides of things, on the spiritual and on the physical side of things. Nothing is coming to you because you're suppressing so many things. So not only do people not want to take control of their lives, leave the spaces and situations that don't work for them, they're out here, they're out here just suppressing themselves overall. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I kind of feel like people want this, right? They want better things financially, you know, to be the leader, the ruler of their lives. Even they want even better relationships and partnerships. And this doesn't necessarily mean romantically. They want all of these things, but they're still sitting in these societal bubbles. You're not being freed. It is okay to have an alternative voice, right? It's okay to have an alternative voice. It is okay. Stop suppressing yourself. Suppressing yourself, your thought processes, suppressing who you are, suppressing your voice. How long do you think that's going to get you what you want? How long do you think that's good for you? Because essentially you are suppressing part of your divinity doing that, right? You're suppressing part of who you are doing that. Like you can't you just you can't keep doing that. And I feel like this is on a major scale for some people. Some people have been suppressing things for so long that they're literally weakening themselves. They're literally weakening their own power. You're weakening yourself, you're weakening your own power. And it's to the point where if you keep doing it, it's like you're going to put out your own light. You're going to put out your own spark. And that's not a good thing, right? That's not a good thing. And part of the spiritual message to this as well, because I'm looking at this magician and I'm looking at this high priestess, they're both in reverse. But on a spiritual level, whatever you believe spiritually, you don't have to believe the same thing that I do. I respect people, you know, who believe things different from me spiritually. Just don't try and push it on me. But I want you all to see this. This is like the Ezekiel wheel right here, right? Then you have all this information, you know, she's a guardian of like the spiritual gates or whatever. Just on a spiritual level, you doing this is going to start wreaking havoc in your life. This may start turning into unsavory spiritual energetic situations. I don't want to use a certain word, but because people are not living and walking in their truth, especially if there is one for you spiritually and energetically via your family, via your familial bloodlines. You things may start acting up in your life there as well, right? But just understand and just know that it's okay to be who you are. It doesn't mean be a degenerate. It doesn't mean inflict harm on other people, purposely. But it does mean be who you are and live in your truth. And I think like right now we have so much trying to fit into some mold as a society. We see it, via social media. We see certain things, image wise as it pertains to how one should look and things like that. Personality wise, do this, but don't do that. Be who you are and express that and allow that to grow, because that's going to be where your true happiness is going to be. So in this transitional period, there are so many things that many people need to do, but it really comes down to self-reflection. It really comes down to self-reflection. What is going to make you happy? What do you need to leave behind? What steps do you need to start taking? Right? And regaining your power, understanding that you are the curator of your life. I'm going to say it again. A lot of people get mad at me and then downvote the videos when I say it, but stop running away from accountability. People have to look at what they've done in their lives, what they allow to keep happening to them, especially when it comes to other people, and take accountability. Stop thinking that it's some just spirit that's just out here tearing up your life. No, it's probably you tearing up your life. It's probably you. It's probably you. So I think these are some important messages, with this Virgo new moon, and with this new moon, we're going into a waxing moon state. You know, like I said, we're in Virgo to the next transition period next week. And I think also, now that this Mercury retrograde is over with, even though we're in the post shadow phase, right? Because Mercury stationed direct on September 14th. Now that we're in this post shadow phase, I feel like things are going to flow easier for people, because Mercury retrograde was definitely tearing my ass up with this move. But we got through it, right? But these were things that we just really needed to look at and adjust, right? Remaining flexible. But at the same time, I kind of feel like the fog is going to lift for so many people, especially with this Mercury retrograde, Mercury station in direct. The fog is going to lift for a lot of people. And I kind of feel like we're going into the energy of, okay, planning, assessments, and being real direct, living in the reality of things, the reality for you in your life, and what really needs to be dealt with. Because when we start transitioning into fall for the northern hemisphere, we're going to have to do what nature does. Those leaves are going to start falling. Cut the dead weight, remove what needs to be removed. So I feel like these are some messages that people need to hear. I feel like this is going to bring people to really like adjust and say, okay. And I feel like some people have been, for the longest, I feel like some people have been pussyfooting and ignoring situations the important situations versus the non-important ones. Some of y'all know who you are, job wise, career wise, getting your stability together, getting your, all these different things. Because I feel like for most of the year, for most people, it's been okay. But you can't don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Okay, don't get comfortable. Okay? So I think those are all the messages. I'm getting kind of tired now. So I think those are the messages that people needed to hear, that spirit needed to impart to people. Because, yeah, especially because, like I said, after fall comes the energetic death, right? With winter. And that's really going to be the time to do your final cleansings and start, quote unquote, planting for the upcoming new year, right? So, yeah, it's not too late to get your ducks in a row. It's not too late. It's not too late to get your ducks in a row. It's not too late for people to get their ducks in a row. It's not. Um, yeah, it's not too late for that. But if you keep ignoring it, it's only going to get worse. Donna, I haven't looked at the chat in a while, so forgive me. Okay, Q, I'm gonna need you to stop dragging me now. I get it. You and my ancestors drug me. JK, I know it's all love and what I need to hear. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, people don't like to hear things when it comes to accountability. People don't like to hear that. People don't like to be given. I mean, if we're being honest, a lot of people do not want to take control of their life because if something happens, there's no one to blame. A lot of people want someone else to blame when it comes to what happens to them. A lot of people want someone else to blame, and you were born by yourself. Unless you're like a twin, or it was two or more y'all in the womb together. You were born by yourself. You were born by yourself, and that means you are the creator of your life. You are. You are, right? And I'm not talking about people who, like experience abuse or trauma or something like that as a child. I'm not talking about that. But if you are an adult out here and you don't like, say, you don't like what's going on at your job, and you have skills, you have your degrees, you have your certifications, that don't mean you have to stay there. The longer you stay there, the longer you telling the universe, I like this shit. You can't want something else and still stay in the same place. You just can't do it. It doesn't make sense. Take accountability. Take accountability. Do what you have to do. If you don't like the way someone is treating you and they don't have any hold over your life, you can leave the situation. That friend that keeps asking you for money but they never pay you back, or they never do anything good for you, they don't reciprocate the goodness of what a friendship is supposed to be, get rid of them. Get rid of them as a person. Get rid of them as a person. Okay? You have control over a lot of things in your life. And a lot of people don't want to hear it. And I'm just like, well, bye. Exactly. It's not gonna happen. Exactly, Sleepy B. Okay. Hey girl, how you doing? Raw Talk Culture. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. I know it's been a little rough for you. I hope you are doing better. I really am. So what's my Cash App? Child, I'll be forgetting what my own Cash App is. Let me type it in here. Indigo. I keep forgetting what it is. Okay, that's my Cash App. Indigo Mystique. Hey Kev, yeah, sure, if you want to. Yeah, Kev, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. And please, I hope you all don't hear like the trucks in the complex. They are I think those are like the trash and recycling trucks. Because recycling is a thing out here and I'm happy about it because it was hard as heck to try and recycle in Georgia. It really was. Let me stop drinking all this water before I have to have a bio break. Yeah. Sometimes your spirits will drag you, and sometimes they'll drag you. They'll drag you because they want you to understand that you need to do better. Oh, they'll drag you by your nose hairs. They sure will. Yup. Ha ha, Lilith. This is Baby Yoda. This is from, I don't know if you all can see, Cancun Riviera Maya. Mr. Hoodoo bought this shirt for me in 2021 on our December trip to Cancun. He bought it for me as because every time we go to Cancun, he gets me some type of gift from there. So he had bought me some. What did he bought? I think he had bought me some earrings because he always buys me jewelry. He had bought me some earrings, but he had bought me this T-shirt, Baby Yoda. You see Baby Yoda out here reaching for the coconuts because we know Baby Yoda just eats everything. We know Grogu eats everything, so Baby Yoda was reaching for this. But yeah, he got this for me when we went to Cancun December 2021. So I know, sweetie. I know. I know you've been going through it. Trust me, I understand. I understand. And I wish you nothing but, you know, peace and, being able to get through it because I know it's hard. It's hard, right? So nothing but peace and love to you, boo. It really depends, Donna, where you are because here, like I said, here in Silicon Valley, oh, recycling is a thing for real. So no issues here. Recycling pays well in California. Yep, your spirits will drag you by your nose hairs if you aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. They sure will. Donna says, I never had a spirit manifest a cup in a dream to throw it at me. That was the first yesterday. Listen, if you are not listening and paying attention to things, they will drag you by your nose hairs. I'm so sorry, Lil. Yeah, Mr. Hoodoo got this for me. Because I think we had just watched The Mandalorian on Disney, and we were so in love because I didn't know what all the memes were. Back in 2021, all the Baby Yoda memes, I didn't understand them until like we watched The Mandalorian. So we were just so, Baby Yoda, Grogu, he about his snacks. He's about his snacks. We're about our snacks. I'm married to a Taurus. So, we're about our snacks here. I could actually turn around and turn the laptop around and let you all see all the snacks we have over in the corner right here, beef jerky, walnuts, cookies, oatmeal, sesame, like we have snacks. So we enjoy Grogu because he was about his snack life. Okay, Kev. Because Virgo has some Venusian traits to it. That's why. Thank you so much, Raw Talk Culture. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. So yeah, Grogu was about the snacks. And we were so happy when we went to the Chinese restaurant the other night because, we're so used to smaller portions. I ordered beef and broccoli and sesame chicken. He ordered like the house fried rice and this tangerine chicken. And when I tell you, we had 4 huge plates of food. We ate and then brought some home as leftovers. We ate some of it yesterday. We still have leftovers today. We're about our food and our snacks over here. This is why I go to the gym. Okay, Kevin, whenever you're ready. Yeah, we had like, I'm gonna have to put the pictures up on my community wall of this Chinese food that we had. It was, when I tell you, it was so amazing. Like we ordered the food and then like 7 minutes later, like it came out. This huge pile. I mean, the beef and broccoli was so good. With the So good. Yeah. Like we have food. We have food. I'm gonna have to message you, Sleepy B, and tell you where it is because only you really know where I am. out here. So I'm gonna send you a message and tell you the name of the restaurant. Message you and tell you the name of the restaurant. Listen. I was so happy with that food. When I sat there and like I wanted to cry, thug tears because the food was so good. It was so good. It was it was so good and it was fresh. Like you can tell when food has been reheated, but no, they cooked that food up quick. 7 minutes later, all of the food came out. And you know, like how some places will give you like 25 pieces of broccoli and like 3 pieces of beef and call it beef and broccoli. No. I had about 50, 11 pieces of beef and all this broccoli. And I was just like, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, let me just real quick look at my messages because people are sending me messages. Okay. Okay, Kevin. So let me read your messages. Okay, gotcha, Kevin. Okay, I see you here. Yeah, I love some good Chinese food. I'm getting hungry too because I like to do my workouts fasted. So I really don't eat before my workouts because I want my body to use that fat as fuel. So let me see. Okay. All right, let's see, Kevin. Not essence of all set. I've been eating this entire life. What you been eating, girl? Honestly, Kev, if I'm being honest, if I'm being perfectly honest with what I'm looking at right here, honestly, you need to take a break. You need to take a break. Because the stress, and I don't know if you are perceiving it as stress, but the stress of trying to figure out what to do next as it pertains to um social media and YouTube, honestly, it's time for you to take a break. Because I kind of feel like you're at your wit's end. Not necessarily at your wit's end, but I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Okay, so you're gonna go crazy trying to please people. It just is what it is. You're gonna go crazy trying to please people. You're trying to figure out what to give people to gain viewers and followers and for the interaction, right? You're trying to figure that out. You're trying to figure that out. That's not going to work for you. Um because you're not dumb. Like it's kind of like I the spirit is really saying like you really need to take a step back away from it because trying to, and I think this goes back to, I know you were saying like as it pertains to like the new moon messages and stuff like that. I think this is one of those messages where it's just kind of like it's time to step back and assess the messages, right? Instead of assessing what people want, assess what you as your authentic self have to give, right? Because mentally, I'm looking at swords, swords, swords. Mentally, who you as a person are, the information that you are giving or want to present or want to have your platform to be, it doesn't, it's not going to translate with the majority of what quote unquote YouTube is. I feel like there is, what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of feel like there is the theme of do this to make money. And there's nothing wrong with doing things to make money, but I kind of feel like there is a glamour, right? I kind of feel like there is a glamour over social media and social media other for things other than expressing people's own ideas. But the glamour is for certain things and for certain people, certain situations just aren't going to pan out for some people, and that is okay. For you, it's really time. I'm seeing leave, I'm seeing rest, I'm seeing stress and struggle, right? I'm seeing, the journey that started out has turned into a journey of trying to figure out what people want, right? And I'm kind of seeing like some tricks or energy. So all this is saying is that honestly, you may need to take a break because it's going to like I said, I don't want to say it's going to make you crazy, but I don't want you to be stressed out trying to figure out what people want so you can give them what they want instead of you being your authentic self. Because everybody ain't gonna vibe with your authentic self. And that is key. I've always felt, Kevin, like you are someone, you're not mainstream. You're one of those hidden gems that's not for everyone. And that is okay. That is okay. So, personally, what to do? I think you need to take a break. We're trying to figure out how to do social media because it's starting to stress you out. Tiff, for a question, yeah, it's just $10 for a question. If you want one, if you want one. Yes. Yeah, like you will get to the point of stressing out, Kev, and I think it's time for you to just take a little break, whatever that means to you. Yeah. Kev says, I think I really needed that right now. It's actually been a lot on me lately. Uh-huh. This is you. This you. Struggling. This man ain't finna pull no pyramid. He not finna do it. He's not going to do it. And again, when I say I think there's like a glamour around like social media and stuff, we see a lot of times a lot of people do BS on social media, things that they wouldn't normally do, or they ride with certain narratives, even if they're harmful, to get attention and to try and make money on social media when that's not who they really are. Right? For people like you, Kevin, you are too authentic to try, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure, it's almost like you're trying to, not that you're trying to be unauthentic. It's not that you're trying to be that, but like I said, the glamour of social media and all the stuff like that that's bringing people to these platforms, right? Where a lot, if you really look at a lot of people who are pulling in like numbers and stuff like that, for a lot of people, certain things are. It's centering around certain things, and that's just not who you are as a person. But yeah, I see it right here. Like I said, this been stressing you out. It's not time for that. You're refusing to slow down and rest about it, but it's starting to stress you out. It's starting to stress you out. So you really need to you really need to rest, right? You really need to rest and just take a break from it. And that's okay. Right? They tell people like, oh yeah, if you do this, you will build a channel, like, such and such, and then people gonna come. Like if you build it, they will come. There are so many things that are involved, right? With building a channel and making a channel successful. And when you realize that you're not here just to throw stuff out, just for people to come view, and that's not who you are. That's not authentic to who you are. And real gonna recognize real. Okay. All right, so let me get to Tiff's question. Let me shuffle these cards up a little bit. I'm probably only going to stay until like 11:30. So, all right. Let's see. Let's take one of these. Absolutely. Hollywood is cap. Listen, they be out here with these. Yeah. A lot of people are cap. They just be out here doing stuff and saying stuff to see what people going to say and what people are going to do about it. Well, a lot of stuff is cap. And people who recognize real recognize the BS. It's okay, boo. You're not piggybacking off of Kev's question. You had a legitimate question. Girl, don't apologize for asking a question. The water is good. I have to do my I have to do my ballet after this. That woman gonna wear me out. Okay, so Tiff's question is, same question as Kev, but is video editing really what I'm supposed to do? I feel stuck in journal. Okay. So looking at everything, because I know you all can't see. Let me push this back a little bit more. Okay. Push this over to the side. This is the cards. Let me just take this off so people can see. Okay. So looking at this, what I'm getting from this is it what you're supposed to do? I don't necessarily see it as what you're supposed to do. I think there's potential for you to be good at it. The issue is that this isn't something that's going to be quick. It's not going to be whatever you want from video editing. It's not going to be quick. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this air off because it's literally blowing like right over me, and I'm freezing to death. Okay, so is this what you're supposed to be doing? Not really. Not really. Whatever you want from video editing is going to take some work. And you may need to pull in some outside help, a mentor, get some training, some apprenticeship, because like I said, whatever you want to do from it, it's going to be slow. It's not going to come in the way that you want it to, or it's not going to be as fast as you want it to. It's going to be slow. It's going to take a while. But there's a potential for you to, I think you need to either learn from one or two other people, or like I said, do some type of apprenticeship or, something like that to help move it along, because where you are right now, like you have the potential for it to be better for you, for it to be, like I said, whatever you want from it, there's a potential for it to be really good. But I think right now you're at the point where you need to apprentice or learn from someone, or if you are doing that, you probably need to find somebody else. Um, you probably need to find somebody else. Yeah, you probably need to find somebody else to lead you or apprentice with, or just find someone, period. But yeah, just know it's gonna be a slower ride. It's gonna be a slower ride. Yeah, it's gonna be a slower ride for you. Yeah, it's gonna be a slower ride for you. Like I said, I don't see it as being bad, but I don't also see it as like, yes, this is what you're supposed to do. I feel like it's something you are doing, but I feel like you may want to explore other options as well. I don't know if this is like your main squeeze, or if this is like your side boo, but I feel like I don't see this as like, oh my God, this is destiny for you. I don't. I see it more of this gonna be you gonna have to work it. You're gonna have to put in some work. And you really should find a mentor, someone who for real know what they're doing. Who for real knows what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Find a mentor, someone who's knowledgeable. Find a mentor, someone who's knowledgeable. Like I said, it's gonna take some time. It is going to take some time. Like I said, there's the potential for it to be good for you. But again, like we have all of these cards around time and stuff like that. Yeah. hmm What you're supposed to be doing? No. Is it something that you can do? Yeah. Is it what you're supposed to be doing? No. No. But you can make it work. It's just gonna take some time. Just gonna take some time. Yeah. Need some skills, or better skills, or enhance your skills, or try doing new things with it, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Kev. Remember, I just talked about it. People don't want accountability. People don't want solutions. People want someone else to blame. It's a theme. It's a full on theme, Kevin. People, like I say, every time I talk about accountability in any one of my videos, people downvote the videos. They want some boogeyman, some monster to be the reason for their problems. Again, certain things happen to you, like when you're children and stuff like that. But as an adult, right? You can do some things for your life. You can at least change your life, you can change your life to some degree, some level. You just have to make the choices. Say it's like, dang, like I messed up, or I didn't know that, or now I can learn from this situation and move forward. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want BS. They want BS. So yeah, Tiff. You are very welcome, Tiff. You are very welcome. Okay, where is Chanel Edwards? Chanel Edwards, are you here? Chanel Edwards, please step to the front. Listen, the way my BS meter goes off, you know, just like the troll other day that tried to tell me about discernment is free. Half of y'all don't use y'all discernment. Half of y'all don't. Probably not even half. Probably like 95% of people don't use their free discernment, right? But yeah, I have discerned a long time ago that most people are full of crap. Okay? Most people are full of crap. And it was so funny because my dad, when he was alive, he used to say like he doesn't like most people. And as a kid growing up, I'm like, why does he keep saying that? Why does he keep saying that? And then you see that most people are on BS. So he lived a quiet life away from BS because people out here will try you. Then you got to jack somebody up. Now you got a court case because you know people out here on BS. So he avoided all of that. You know, he stayed at home. He spent his time with us as a family. You know, he watched his movies. You know, he liked to fix cars. He did all those things because most people are full of crap. And we see it. And, you know, I see it as an adult. And I don't deal with most people if I don't have to. Is that you, Boo? Oh my goodness. Girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Boo. Essence, I'm so sorry for that. I thought that was your business name. I thought that was your business name. I thought that was the name of your business. I was just like, oh, this is a fire makeup business right here. And my apologies for that, because sometimes I get people messaging me, but I don't see them like in the chat. And then like I'll read their, you know, read the cards for them. And then they come back like 20 minutes later, like, did you do me already? And I'm just like, but were you here? So my apologies for that. Shout out to you with this business. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that at all. I don't make assumptions about anybody when people send me messages or, you know. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. She been out here for real today, all during these readings. I feel like the best time to relaunch your business is when it's the season for your business, or like, because every business has a market, right? Has a market, you know, targeted, you know, who you want your customer to be. I feel like with your business, whatever it is, the best time to launch it is right before it's that season for the business. So, for example, we all know Hallmark and all them people and the chocolate people, you know, they're gonna have their commercials and stuff in February and right, you know, like in April or May and stuff like that, you know, whenever Easter is, I don't follow that. They're gonna launch then. That's when they're gonna launch their stuff because they know people are gonna buy into it. The grocery stores, they're gonna start advertising these turkeys and everything like that. Watch come end of October because they know Thanksgiving is coming up. Whatever the season is for your business, right before that, especially if it's niche, that's when you need to do it. I feel like part of, I kind of feel like you feel on some type of level that I don't want to say not that your business isn't good, but I feel like you feel that there's some type of limitation holding you back or keeping you bound up. And I don't feel like that's the case. I kind of feel like against the naysayers, like you have the potential for this business to move forward against all of the naysayers, against the negative energy. Like I see it here, right? I see it here, but for some reason I feel like you feel like you have to defend against people, or you have to fight against people, or whoever these people are. Mm-mm. The best time for you to launch your business is right before it's time for the popularity of your business. Um, like for me right now, this is September going into October. I'm about to get a whole bunch of messages like, hey, can you read at my Halloween party? Right. This is when I'm really popular. Now and then at the new year and then right before Valentine's Day, because people want to find out if their dusty is cheating on them when they already know. Those are the times when I'm going to get the most business, right? So I feel like for you, whatever you feel like that block is, or whatever you feel like is preventing you, I don't see it as real. I kind of see it as not imaginary, but you feel like it's real, but it's not really real. The block is not really real. Unless it's like something like paperwork or something like that. But even you can overcome that. But I kind of feel like when the season, right before it's time for that niche to grow and be popular and all like that, that's when you need to relaunch. Um, that's when you need to relaunch or launch or put it back that out there or whatever, whatever, whatever. But yeah, I kind of feel like not that you're thinking too hard about it, but I kind of feel like you're thinking too hard about it, and those are subconscious energetic blocks or obstacles that you feel like you need to overcome, and that's not the case. Um, if that's not the case, because it's not the case. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said, I feel like because, and it's so funny because I see you. Let me tell you, Essence, you have power. I know you have power. You know you have spiritual power. Right now, like I said, whatever you feel like that is, or when should I do it, that's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. I feel like all this, well, I gotta, I feel like all of that are little tiny blips on a list that you can easily scratch off and get things done. But like I said, you have power. I know you have power. Girl, this is and it's so funny, like this Eight of Swords, because depending on the deck, like you'll see like people in like a self-imposed prison. Not that you're doing it to yourself, but like those little things that you think can't get done, or when do I gonna do this? Oh, I don't know when to do it. It becomes a self-imposed prison. So just change that little bit, about the situation. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yes, honey, they're dusty. Yes, honey, they're dusty. I told you all I had a client one time, and this was like years ago. This was like 2021. No, it wasn't even 2021 because we hadn't even started to move yet. This was 2020. I had a client and she was trying to figure out how to get her Dusty back, but her Dusty told her he don't want nothing to do with her, but she was just trying to figure out how to get her Dusty back. Ma'am, I was just like, why you even pay for this reading? This Dusty told you he don't want you. Why are you trying to figure out how to get him back? Yeah. Oh, honey, I didn't. Listen, I do not mean to check anybody, but the messages are going to message. The messages will drag people if the messages are supposed to drag people. you know. Um, Listen, there are a lot of people who don't have discernment. So there are a lot of people. It's not just a black people thing. There are a lot of people. Like when you see these people talking about, they be falling for the I'm just call it what it is. What we know as like Nigerian scams. Yeah, you send the scammer $500 and the scammer is gonna send you $100,000. Where's y'all discernment? Unless you're an elderly person who has who don't know what these things are. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? That's a whole scam. It's a whole where's y'all discernment about that? No Nigerian prince is giving you $500. I mean, is giving you $100,000 if you give him $500. Where's y'all discernment? Like, where's y'all discernment? Where's y'all discernment? They be out here talking about, oh, I'm gonna leave my such and such spouse and I'm gonna come get with you. You a whole dummy. You're a dummy. Where's your discernment? Like, the discernment and the intuition is supposed to warn you about things. You're supposed to be uncomfortable about certain situations before you go into them because it's supposed to make you check something. Y'all don't be listening, not y'all, but people don't be listening to that. People don't listen to that. People don't listen to it. Like another thing, like I have like with the discernment, like these people don't have discernment. Celebrities out here wanting you to buy into their benefit concert to help give to such and such cause. If they really want to give money to such and such cause, they can do that. But no, they want you to spend your money for such and such cause while they keep their money. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? No discernment. No discernment at all. Yep. All right, everybody. So I'm going to start to wrap this up. But yeah, like no discernment. Oh, this right here. Like people don't have discernment. Like you must think I'm a fool. Maybe talking about this discernment. Okay. Okay, sure. Like y'all are, the letter D is the beginning of the word discernment and dumb. So right. Right. Mm-hmm. Maybe out here, the elites. Okay, sure. The elites are bad. Magic and spirituality is bad. Okay, but you participate in the whole ritual. You participate in the whole ritual. Okay, sir, ma'am. So yeah, I hope people enjoyed, and I hope that people got something from our time together today. Ooh, y'all coming with the reads today? Yes, y'all coming with the reads today. Yep, absolutely. Discernment. I remember one time, and this is why I had learned to start listening when things start telling me things, to start listening, because this happened to me in the past, but I had to wisen up. I remember one year, like years ago, I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, right? Years ago, that was my car. Something told me to check the hood of my car before I left. Did Q listen? No. Q didn't listen. Q did not check the hood of her car. Q got on the expressway and the damn hood flew up. Q had to slowly pull over. Mind you, this was in Atlanta. The expressway is like 6 lanes wide. I had to pull over and then, what I'm saying? Like close the hood of my car. And I was just like, you dummy. You should have checked that before. You should have checked that before. I did not listen to it. Anytime I don't listen to it, I end up like, you should have did that because this is going to happen. I've learned, and this was like probably around like 2011, 2012, something like that. I have learned to listen when something is telling me something. When you get that little inkling, when you're just like, you better listen to it. Somebody trying to tell you something, they want you to check on something, go do it. Discernment, intuition, wisdom. Y'all better start listening. Yep. Whenever you are ready, and you don't have to do like a birthday reading. You can just, whatever reading, whenever you're ready for whatever time period that you want. And then we can just, if it's around your birthday, we can do that. I used to offer birthday readings and like 3-month outlooks and stuff like that. I don't anymore because people be weird. Y'all, the reason I don't offer so much more stuff because humans are weird. So I have a certain amount of stuff, but whenever you are ready, if you want a reading with me, you know where to find me. You don't have to do anything with me you don't want to do. It was very scary, and my dumb ass paid for it. So I remember one year I was going to the DMV, and I think I was over there by Greenbrier in the Atlanta area. Right, this was years ago. Me and Mr. Hoodoo. And Mr. Hoodoo, he was just like, no, it's fine. They're gonna take debit and credit cards. I was like, babe, they're not gonna take debit and credit cards. Watch what I say. I listened to my intuition. I came with the checkbook. What happened? We got to the damn DMV or wherever it was we were going over there for. Got to the window. They didn't take debit and credit cards. So he looked at me and I looked at him with a smile and pulled out the checkbook. I was like, watch, they're going to be on some BS. Watch. Pulled out the checkbook. I have learned to listen when things be telling me stuff. I have learned. Hey, darling. Well, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being over here. I'm not one that sells BS readings to people. I don't inundate with 5 million different. I don't do that. But y'all know me around these streets. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you're going to make something good with them groceries. I hope you got a little treat for yourself, a little snack for yourself. Hey, Isis. Yep. You better start listening. Yes, welcome, girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep, and this is what I'm talking about when it comes to like accountability. A lot of times people, there are things in their lives they need to do, people they need to leave behind, places they need to leave behind, and then when things don't go right for them or your life isn't progressing, they're just like, well, what is going on? You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. Like even with us in this move, like for years we were just like, no, well, let's try this, let's try that. We tried so many different things. Because who we are as a people, as a married couple, Atlanta no longer fits who we are as people. And that damn cesspool of Atlanta, we had to leave. And when we finally accepted that there was no other reason to stay in Atlanta, Mr. Hoodoo's grandmother had passed, because that was a spiritual tie to Atlanta. Mr. Hoodoo's grandmother had passed, something that I had been wanting to do. I was able to do it. Then where Mr. Hoodoo was working, the company was, getting ready to start crumbling. He saw the writing on the wall. We don't have any children. Like we hated where we lived. Because it was just a place that we were renting after we sold our house. And we were just like, when both of us finally let go of staying in Atlanta. Now we're out here in California. Right. So we knew what we had to do, but we were just trying. We held ourselves up. We're no longer doing that. Right. We are free. But we had to assess and take accountability for that. Because a lot of people are afraid of change. Right. A lot of people are afraid of change. And we were even trying to get to Florida. And we were just like, nah. Everything was leading us away from Florida because Florida was another safety net, right? A lot of the shenanigans in Florida are very similar to shenanigans in Georgia. That was a safe place for us because we enjoy Florida so much. Spirit was like, nah, y'all need to completely revamp. That's what we did. So, hey, girl, you need to call me later, Nyla. You need to call me later. Yeah. Like I said, we learned that. So we learned that. And like I said, we're out here truly living the dream. I never thought I'd be a California girl. I am now. I am now. And I love it out here. Okay. Yeah, Nyla, call me later when you're not up to anything, when you're not too busy. So yeah, like I said, we left. We left Atlanta. It was just too much foolery going on. And we were just like, all y'all want to do is get drunk and smoke hookah. And I'm just like, first of all, y'all are broke. Y'all are broke. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. But they be out here broke, not realizing that they're broke, but trying to portray some type of fake lifestyle. And we don't do that. Yeah, Nyla is my boo. It's so funny because I really feel like Spirit sent Nyla to me. Nyla, I told Nyla, like, Nyla is my new big sister because my big sister passed in 2018. And Nyla and my big sister are, similar in age. They're like a few years apart. So I really feel like Spirit sent Nyla to me, right? And their birthdays are around the same time too. They're both the same zodiac sun sign. So I really feel like Spirit sent Nyla to me. Nyla's a big sis. I love Nyla. So, but this is what I'm saying. That's because hookah is cheap if you split the cost. First of all, smoking hookah is just as bad or worse than smoking cigarettes. Like, it really be people out here like smoking and drinking and they have a bunch of health problems and don't understand why. Well, we can figure that out. We can start there, right? We can start there. We can start there, right? Like, I know someone, I love her to death. She smokes, she drinks, right? I mean, she's a happy drunk, but she smokes, she drinks. But like, you got a bunch of like sciatica issues. That's not going to help. Drinking does not help with like your nerves and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I can't even tell her anything because she won't listen. So I had to leave her in Atlanta too. Like, I love her, but I had to leave her there. Yep. Thank you so much, Kev, for being here, for being part of my little coterie, right? And just for being real. Like, Kevin is one of the realest people that I internet know, right? Because Kevin is real. Kevin is not about that BS. Yeah, social media is trash. Yup. Right. At least with MJ, there are some benefits, right? Like pain relief and stuff like that. But there is really no safe amount of alcohol to consume. And like, people don't understand that. Right. Today's show has been sponsored by the letter D. Right? Today's show has been sponsored by the letter D. Denial, dummies, dusties, lack of discernment, doing anything. Like, today's show has been sponsored by the letter D. I love that cafe a lot. Yep. Denial doesn't even know I'm lying. Yep. Yeah, I love Kev, like for real. Yep, degenerate, denial, this lack of discernment, dusties. Like, I mean, we could just keep going. We can just today's live stream has literally been sponsored by the letter D. Like Sesame Street. A dummy, right? Desperation, right. The devil that everybody claim is out here haunting their lives. Like, come on, people, come on. Like, come on, right? Disgraceful. Y'all a mess. Right. Y'all are a mess, and I'm here for it. But it's true, right? And people don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it. Right. These demons that are just plaguing everybody's lives. And oh my goodness. Like I remember let me tell you something. I might have to do like a late night eclectic tarot after dark or something like that because I have stories about things, right? And it's no shade, but I think people need to understand like y'all are dumb because you're not taking accountability. Like I remember there was this one time I was talking to this one person and she thought she was cursed because she had some bad luck with the rental car. Like the rental car company was charging her all this money, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm cursed." Come to find out, it was like her ex-girlfriend or something, like had her credit card and was running up credit card charges on there. Oh yeah, I forgot I did, let her do that. Ma'am, you're not cursed. You are not cursed. The discernment is not discerning. It's not. Right. Doofus. Deranged. You with the D's and the go with the despicable, delusional. Delusional. Right. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of people don't realize how for a lot of things it really cause their own problems. When I had a moment with her, I was like, ma'am, did you not? Well, I can't with people who live in this fantasy world. I know a lot of people will say like tarot is a fantasy world. Okay, but even besides that, if that's what you believe, fine. But you have to take accountability for things that you do. You just do. Oh, she was very special. Delirious. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not BSing you at all. From the woman who was pregnant with the Dusty's child that didn't want her no more, and she wanted me to tell her or help her figure out how to get her Dusty back. When he told her he don't want anything to do with her and the baby, so we have that one. So the one who was she wasn't a bonobo, but she didn't want to take accountability that the girlfriend, was running up charges instead of dealing with that. Um, she want to talk about she cursed. You're not cursed, boo. You're just dumb. Um, I have stories. The one time I think I've told this one before. There was a woman who came to me trying to figure out what was wrong with her life, but she told me that her brother prayed for her downfall, prayed that her children would get taken by CPS, praying for bad things to happen in her life, praying on her downfall because even these prayers are spells, right? It's the same thing. All this bad stuff happening to her in her life, but then when he told her he does this, but then he calls her for help, and she's like, "But I can't leave him. I can't abandon him. He's my brother." Ma'am, you need to seek help. Don't come to me because this is just you being dumb. This is just you being dumb. The man is literally verbally cursing you and praying for your downfall, and you wondering what's going on with your life, and you let this man in your house come around your children, and he prays for your downfall, but you won't let him go because that bondage family tie is keeping you there. If y'all could have saw my face that day. So somebody yeah, because he told her face to face, he told her to her face that he prays for her downfall, and he prays that her children get taken away. He told her to her face that this is what he does. He told her that. He told her that he was doing that to her. Because she was just trying to figure out why she can't. He told her that he prays for her downfall. He told her this. And you still have him in your life? You ain't cut this man off? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, we were already into the reading when she was telling me this. And it was like a phone reading. So I just politely like put the cards to the side, and I had to have a spiritual talk with her. Like she was a younger woman. And I think I hadn't turned 40 yet. This was probably okay, I was probably like 38 when I had this 38 or 37, something like that, when I had this reading with her. She was in her early 20s. So I had to come as big sis and explain to her, unless you do this, you're going to keep getting this. She said she wasn't going to get rid of him out of her life. I wish you well. I can't help. Exactly. Like my family knows. They know who to call for BS. They know it's not cute. It's not cute. Mm-mm. Don't call Q. Like I said, I'm the black sheep. My mother's side of the family, I'm the black sheep because I don't deal with degeneracy, these excuses. I have a family, I have an aunt who knows that my cousin's baby daddy treats her other children terribly because he's not their father, and she allows this man to stay in her house. I don't deal with y'all. How, as a mother, you letting some man treat your daughters bad because they're not his children? And then my aunt, who lets the dusty boyfriend, stay in the house. Children are children, so they always should have a place to stay. But my aunt allows this and knows this. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I don't deal with none of that side of my family. I don't. I don't deal with that. I have another cousin on that side of the family. He think he a pimp. He thought he was going out to Vegas to pimp women. I can't deal with him. I can't deal with the other one who thought he was going to be the Don Mafia drug man. And then my cousin who out here marching and protesting and trying to advocate to get her brother out. My cousin who's looking for the next scheme to try. I don't deal with none of them. And then they call me stuck up. I'm fine with that. No, she wasn't marked by him. She just dumb. Yeah, my cousin thought he was a pimp. First of all, my cousin looked like E.T., the alien E.T. First of all, my cousin, who, who you think you about to pimp? I was like, sir, goodbye. I ain't talked to him, and I ain't seen him probably in like 15 years. That's fine. I think he did. So yeah, it's just yes, he looks like ET. He looks just like, listen, it just is what it is. Like I said, I don't deal with none of that side of my family. I don't deal with none of that side of my family because it's just too much going on over there, and y'all deal in it. I don't deal in that. That part. It's easy to be stuck up on the bars in Hades. Yup. Yep. Bars in Hades. Oh, you think you better than? No, you think that. And then these family members tried to come for me. And then Mr. Hoodoo had to set all of their asses on fire. And then they got mad because my husband was defending me against them. They got mad. My husband is supposed to defend me. What's the fuck wrong with y'all? But anyhow, yeah, Mr. Hoodoo lit a fire under their asses on Facebook so everybody can see him lighting a fire under their ass. And they got mad. They got mad talking about you. You're not supposed to say nothing because you're not family. He's like, I'm her husband. What you mean I'm not family? Y'all ain't been here. We ain't seen you. You ain't been around. And furthermore, he lit all their asses up. And that was the first and last time they ever said anything to my husband. Right. First and last. I mean, he just aired all that shit out. Y'all and y'all herpes. Like, he aired it all out. That was the first and last time they ever said anything to my husband. That was really the last time they talked to me, too. Yeah. I love my Mr. Hoodoo. I love my Mr. Hoodoo. So, yeah, they were on that BS for real. Like, my husband not supposed to. Like, my husband not supposed to defend me just because y'all are unprotected. Don't mean I'm unprotected. Y'all crazy. Yeah, that's what I say. I'll talk to them. Y'all talk to them. No, they never tried that again. They never tried it again, Essence. They never tried it again. Like I said, the last time I really, yeah, they never tried that again. Never tried that again. And of course, I blocked all of them on Facebook, but they never tried that again. Ever. 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 Just because y'all are unprotected doesn't mean that Q isn't protected. No. He's no one to play with. Mr. Hoodoo is on Taz Nyla level. Like he's no one to play with. He's very educated. He knows the law. He's the last thing you want to do is argue with that man or try to make that man feel like he's stupid. If you think he's stupid, you messing with the wrong one. Because it's funny because when he and I got married, my dad was like, I don't ever have to worry about you. I know you're good with him. I know you're good with him. Yeah, Mr. Hoodoo is the last person that you ever want to try or try to argue with or think you're going to pull one over. Yeah, he the last one. He last one. He last one that you want to play with. So yeah, he last one. So oh yeah. Yeah, Mr. Hoodoo was kind of old school with it. He actually went to my dad and asked my dad if he could marry me. My dad knew I was getting married before Mr. Hoodoo even proposed to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm getting married. Kind of spilled the beans, but yeah. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to go, or else I'll be here forever telling y'all stories about dumb people. And I don't want to fill my lovely Friday, Venus Day, with dumb people stuff. And I don't want to fill y'all day with dumb people stuff. But I really hope that these messages, these conversations, these spiritual topics that we've talked about in between us laughing at things, I really hope that they have hit home to people, that they have given people, something to think about because, things are changing, but you can take control of your life. You can move forward. You just have to assess things. Stop doing things you don't want to do. Stop trying to fit in boxes that you're not supposed to be in. You know, um, Stop dimming your own light, especially when your light does not belong to the realm of BS, right? Yes, it is Venus Day. hmm And Mr. Hoodoo wore a green shirt today, a green polo shirt to work today, because today is Venus. It's Venus's day. Thank you, Kev. Yeah, like I said, we're here now. We're transitioning to our final destination at the end of this month in our lovely, lovely apartment complex community. I'm so excited to move, to be in that place because it's really everything that we wanted in a space. Because we went from a 5,000 square foot house and we sold our house to, renting out a smaller house. And now we're just like, we're in the era of downsizing, downsizing, downsizing. We're just like, we don't even really need a house. So our lovely 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment in this wonderful community. I can't wait to move. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all for being here. If people want more information on magic, on spirituality, working things down from the elemental level, my Patreon is there. There are various levels to choose in the Patreon. My Patreon is there. I've just begun to scratch the surface. I've gone into elementally what things are, planetary energies and associations. I've just started going into the types of spell work and rituals that are out here. And I still have to do like part 3 to that. Just explaining things and going over things because I want everyone to learn something and some type of magic or something so you can help curate your life. Because I have curated my life. Okay. I curate mine. I want you to curate yours so life doesn't happen to you, that you make your life what you want it to be. So, like I said, we're just getting started over there. We're just getting started over there. So, in my Patreon. So, that's about it. Girl, listen, the season of decay is upon us. Listen, when people are bothering you and you have not done anything to them, justified, I justify digging in that ass. Okay. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. If you aren't bothering anyone, people come for you. You call me, so now I'm gonna send for you. And I'm gonna send some shit to you that you don't want. So I'm with the shits. Who cleans a house that big? It was a lot of house. Yeah, we have 4 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, a half bathroom, 3 levels on 2 acres of land, and we had a pool, a 28,000 gallon pool. It wasn't too much house to clean. It was really just the kitchen, the bathroom in our bedroom, and the half bath because we really didn't have like a lot of people over. So thank goodness it wasn't too much to clean. But yeah, like I said, we downsize and downsize and downsize and downsize. So y'all better leave people alone. Y'all better leave people alone trying to threaten people and stuff like that, girl. I keep telling people, especially leave me alone. Don't come for me when I ain't do nothing to you. Leave me alone. Okay? Leave me alone. Nyla has told y'all, leave her alone. Taz has told y'all, leave them alone. Because when something happens to you, because you come for people and they ain't did nothing to you, you just have to cry about it. So Yeah, it was huge. It was a lot of house. Right. Yeah, it was a lot of house. So, and we had like a butler's pantry and a smaller pantry. We had an office, formal dining room, and then the family room, breakfast area in the kitchen. I had an 8-foot island in my kitchen. The island was 8 foot long and about 3.5 to 4 feet wide. Okay. With a built-in desk in the kitchen. And I almost cried when we bought granite for that kitchen. So yeah, it was a butler's pantry. A full-on butler's pantry. Yeah. Yeah, it was a butler's pantry. Yeah, we had yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of house. It was a lot of house. Yeah. Sometimes I miss it. I mean, we had 14-foot like vaulted ceilings in our master bedroom. We had double ceiling fans in our master bedroom, fireplace in our bedroom. I mean, the bathroom was huge. The walk-in closet was huge. I mean, the bathroom was huge. It was huge. Um, yeah, sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss it, but we must move forward. Listen, don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Don't start. All right, y'all. Let me go because we've been here for so long. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Oh, we had else did we have in the foyer? We had this like vaulted, with a long chandelier that hangs out. It was a lot. It was a lot. We had like um Japanese maple bushes. I didn't know they were expensive until like we had like a gardener come by. Japanese maples and child. Look at y'all. Look, see this how I know it's Friday. Cause y'all thinking about that because it's Friday. So Venus then got y'all. Venus then got y'all because it's Friday. So no, I was thinking that too. Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. All right, let me go for real, for real, for real. Cause I need to drink my water and y'all see how tan I am. I got tan again, being out here in this California sun. I will see y'all out here in these YouTube streets. Join my Patreon for learning things. If you are on my Patreon and you have voting power, please go vote. There was a poll that you're supposed to vote on for what I know is going to be a messy ass live stream probably next week. Um, Listen, ma'am, you were born under Venus. What are you talking about? You were born under Venus. You nasty already, ma'am. You nasty already, just like Mr. Hoodoo, because that's what y'all were born under. Born under. So you're nasty anyway, which is fine because sex is natural and it's normal among consenting parties, two adults that are consenting. Sex is natural. That's how we all got here. But yeah, don't be thinking about no island, about people doing stuff on an island. I was about to say something, but I ain't gonna put my business out there. But let me just say, we used to love our swimming pool. We loved our swimming pool a lot. And with that being said, I'm gonna go. Okay, bye. Bye. Oh.